Okay guys, this is FryGOzi, and welcome to another video. In today's video, we are going to be doing a little bit of story time to talk about what happened to me the other day. It's crazy. You can read it, you probably read it in the title, and we're going to get right into it. Alright, so the other day, me and my siblings, we were out and about. We went to a youth conference. It was actually pretty sweet. The message was great. Worship, everything was so amazing there. The Spirit of God really moved. Now, that could be a story for another time, but let's talk about what happened at the Afterburner. Dun, dun, dun. So we were at the Afterburner, and what do you think this ice is for? It's actually because we did ice skating, and there were a ton of people ice skating here. And you know, they were all going in circles. Some of them were just chatting, and other ones were like, "Was the service so good? Yeah, service was great. I can't believe it." No, I'm the narrator. Stop looking at me. But yeah, they're all chatting. Everyone was mingling and whatnot. Talking about their days. We haven't seen people in so long. It's crazy. But whenever we all got together, everyone was excited. Now, believe it or not, something else crazy happened. So I'm also, out here mingling. I'm like, how are you guys? And then I skate away. I'm like, ooh, speed run away. Let's go. Oh, sorry about that. Let me go. I'm skating. I'm skating so fast. And all of a sudden I get tired because it's cold. Like, seriously. It is unbelievably cold in this place, and I'm used to the summer heat, and my lungs were not ready. I almost started coughing up mucus afterwards, and I promise, no Rona. No Rona. No Rona at all. So I had to take a break because the cold air was just terrible. I could barely breathe. So anyways, then we went to go get some chicken, me and another person. And we went to go get our chicken. And the cashier person was like, "Hey, what kind of chicken do you want?" I was like, I'll take a burger. And they're like, "Oh, we don't sell burgers." And then they talk to each other and like, "Yeah, we don't got any burgers. Hey, stop being rude. We do have chicken though that we can make pretty quickly." And I was like, "Okay, I'll take the chicken and I'll take the fries." And they were like, "Okay, that's gonna be a while." So me and this other dude, we come over here and we're sitting there watching everybody skate, and we're like, man, I'm starving. This is taking absolutely forever. I don't understand why this is taking so long. So we go back. We thought we forgot our food. Honestly, we thought we got rid of our food, and they had said our names already. Because one of our friends was like, "Hey, they said your names. Did you have a root beer and a water?" And I was like, "Yeah, that was for mine." They were like, "Yeah, they called your name already." And I was like, "What? No, they can't do this. I mean So then I went back over there and I was like, "Hey, is my chicken done?" And they were like, "No, it's not." And I was like, "Oh, thank the Lord, the chicken isn't done." So they didn't throw it away. So I got super excited. So we went back, we chatted, stared at people, tried to get people to like, share, and subscribe to the channel. And of course, there's glass in our way, so we couldn't actually do it. So, if you're watching this video and you're enjoying the story so far, please leave a like, share, and subscribe to this channel for even better content that will come in the future. Anyways, so as we were waiting, we were just chatting, blah, blah, blah. And all of a sudden we're like, you know what? Let's go stand over there. We leave for 5 seconds and two people are sitting in our seats. And I'm like, yeah, you too. I'm like, dude, seriously. I leave for 2 seconds. I trusted you guys with my seat. They're like, yeah, see, look, I didn't smack. Okay, just so you know, I don't smack people. Okay? That I promise it's not what I did. I did not. Okay, please. I didn't. Anyways, so then we get our chicken sandwiches and our fries. And we're eating. Yum 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 yum. They were really, So it was like, so let's do this. So let's say there's Chick-fil-A chicken sandwich on the top, right? Popeye's chicken is right underneath of it, and way underneath of that is McDonald's. This chicken sandwich that we were waiting for 45 minutes was barely above McDonald's. But then again, it was food, so I was happy. Anyways, so as the day continued on, we ate, we drank, and then we went back on the ice, and we see a bunch of people chasing each other. And you know, of course, they ran off. Why are they running off? You're supposed to run. You go. You're terrible. I can't spell today, fellas. Maybe this will work. Nope, that didn't help. Anyway, so they were playing tag out there, and you know, tag is always a bad idea. And they weren't the only ones. I was also in playing tag with them. And this is where the story gets very interesting. So then I'm like, so I start to skate away, and you know, no one actually knows I'm playing tag at the time. So I'm just like, yeah, look. And then I come to a group and I blend in, and they're like, yeah. Oh no, they're coming to tag! Ah! And then someone tags me, and I'm like, no, you're it! Ah! Tag someone else! No! So they're going around, they're tagging, we're all running away from each other, having a good time, and all of a sudden, one of the people comes up and tags one of the people next to me. Give me a second. Stop. No. So they tagged one of the people next to me. So I was right here. And they tagged him. And then they all of a sudden start going towards me. And I'm like, aha, I can get away this time. So then I start skating. And I'm skating. And I'm skating. And I'm skating. And I almost get away. And I'm like, you know what? I'm going to do this awesome turn on the corner. And I'm going to go. And I fall over. And it hurt. It hurt a lot. My face on the left side, I had a bruise on my cheek, and then I had like a gash under my eyebrow. But luckily for me is I took off my glasses actually. So let me take off my glasses real quick. Hat. I had my glasses off, so everything was pretty lucky at that point. And I'm sitting down and I'm looking up at everyone. Everyone is looking at me. I'm like, and everyone's like, are you okay? And I'm like, don't get closer to me. I'm hurting. And I had an hour drive ahead of me, for Pete's sake. It was terrible. Okay, you guys can stop now. Let's get you over here. Come here. And I promise I did not do this to anyone in real life. That's terrible. Okay. But everyone's around me like, are you okay? Is he okay? And then the person that accidentally didn't knock me over, but I was running from, that person felt absolutely terrible. It wasn't even their fault, so I can't blame them for it. Shh. I'm telling a story. Stop. I'm getting lip from all these people, but that person felt terrible, and that person was like, are you okay? Are you... You're bleeding! The part right under your eyebrow is bleeding! Oh my goodness! And I was like, no, it's fine. No, it isn't that bad. And then after she went away, which I thought she was going to go skate, what she was actually doing is she was going to go to the people to get me a Band-Aid. And I'm sitting there like, I don't need a Band-Aid! I went over to my buddy and I was like, dude, This injury is like one at Grandma's house. You don't tell Grandma that you got an injury at Grandma's house because she will usually safify the house. And I mean it. I meant safify. Literally, you get hurt at Grandma's house and she figures it out. She's going to be like, confiscate the weapons. Confiscate them all. Safify the house. Give me a second. Safify the house. Save the children. Save the children. Make sure they can't get into any hurt. Grandma doesn't do that. I promise. That was an accident. But anyways, you guys get the point. Safify the house. Make sure they can't get any hurt. Save the grandchildren. It's almost as bad as saying, Grandma, you know, I'm not really that hungry. And she's just like, what'd you say to me? Boy, you said you're not hungry? You're just saying that because you don't like my food. Yeah, like that. That's what she does. She's just like, you just don't like my food. And I'm like, no, of course. I've heard this from stories. My grandma, whenever we say we're full, it's usually she makes so good food, especially pancakes. Okay, but I got sidetracked. So they safify the house, and the child who got hurt usually ends up not able to move at all because of all the love. And it's like, Grandma, I'd like to move a little, please. And then Grandma's like, you got hurt, baby? Look, it's like this. I've seen this before. Someone hurt their leg, and they were like, don't. You just end up crawling to Grandma like, don't tell Grandma. She'll safify the house. Anyway, so that girl, she gets that, and they get a Band-Aid. And it was not a small Band-Aid. It's almost as bad as having a... Where is it at? Where is it at? Oh, it's down here. It's almost as bad as having something like this on my head. They could have just put a helmet on my head and it would have been just as embarrassing because I fell down. Mind you, I'm not even youth, but I look like youth. So they think I'm some kid whining about how I hurt my eyeball. And they get the biggest Band-Aid that they could have got. Not one of the little ones. No, not like the little circle ones that you'd put on like a small gash for like a blister. No. She got the biggest Band-Aid and put it on my head. And people come up to me like, hey, Tyler, what happened to your eyebrow? And I'm like, I got punched by a bear. That's what happened. I promise. Yeah, that's what they're like. They're like, huh, you got punched by a bear. And I'm like, yeah, I got punched by a bear. And they're like, on the ice? And I was like, no, I fell. I turned too hard. And everyone was making fun of me. Some people were coming up to me and they were like, yo, what's up with your face? And I said, oh, I was just born ugly. They just stare at me like, there's something mentally wrong with you. Are you sure you don't got a concussion? I'm like, I do not got a concussion. I guarantee you that I do not have a concussion. Enough of that music. So the long story short, when you're ice skating with a bunch of your friends, don't fall. First of all, yeah, don't fall, right? Do not fall, because if you fall, you're going to end up with a huge Band-Aid on your forehead, especially if it wasn't even that bad. They literally looked at me like, you need a Band-Aid for that, and I was like, I don't want a Band-Aid. And then they're like, come here, you got to put a Band-Aid on. You're bleeding a little bit. You know what my definition of bleeding is? My definition of bleeding is you put your hand on the wound, and there's like a big red spot on your hand. This was like one of those, you touch it, and like a dot of blood might come out. And you're just sitting there like, what? And then everyone was like, Tyler, you got tag banned. And I was like, it's not my fault. I didn't mean to fall on purpose. They're like, then they go to the girl and they're like, don't worry too much about him. Whenever he plays dodgeball, he gets hit upside the head so many times that his brain's probably hollow at this point. And I was like, It's kind of the truth. Well, after that we left. Everyone was like, "What happened to your forehead?" And I'm like, just stop talking about it, please. And they're like, okay. And I'm like, well, we left, came home, and everything went good after that. So, the moral of this story is, don't play tag on the ice. Well, then again, honestly, if you get hit upside the head at a skating rink, you better at least get someone to check you for a concussion. I didn't have one, luckily, because I checked. Well, not me. I got someone to check for me for the dilation of my eyes. But just be careful on that ice. Be careful out there. And yes, we were ice skating in the middle of summer.